Hey, hi everyone. How are all of you? Good evening. We'll be starting with the orientation today in like 5 minutes or so. I think more and more people are just joining in, and we should get started in the next 5 minutes. Yes, this is for main batch. Absolutely. This is the new batch starting from 29th of July, guys. Yep. So let's just no. So we have different sub batches you will get added into, right? So we have batches of 100 students odd each, right? Today is the orientation, and all the sub batches which are joining from 29 July onwards. Also, all of them are together with me for the orientation here, right? Okay, some echo. No worries. I'll get that resolved. Yep. Main batch portal is now live for all of you guys also, guys. So if we just go to aciojob.com and click on login, it will take you to your main batch portal, right? Once you just go there and log in with your original pre-course details, it will take you to the new course.aciojob.com. Yep, for all the students who are joining the 29 July batch, we have this today's orientation session with me here, right? All of you guys are in different sub batches, I believe, of around 100 students each. And yeah, for the orientation, all of us can sort of take it up together. Uh, how can we know who is your batch manager, Nilesh? So I think you guys would also be added on the WhatsApp groups now, right? So those WhatsApp groups are individually with your sub batch particularly, and your batch manager is there in those WhatsApp groups to help you out, right, with anything needed, right? So yeah, yep, solving the eco issue. Okay, guys, give me 5 minutes. Let's just start in 4 to 5 minutes at max. Hey, hi guys. Hi everyone. I am just waiting a couple of more minutes to begin, so that we have like the remaining issues can also remaining students can also join in. Yep. Till then, we can of course keep talking, right? How to activate portal, Saurabh, Samir. So if you just go and log into your AccioJob platform, you will be able to. How many people here have tried logging into the AccioJob platform and they can see the new upgraded platform? I can see Nalin and Kunal right here with videos on. Nalin, Kunal, Shubham, Athar. You guys can see the new platform, the main batch. Yep. Okay. Nalin can see it. So I think it is working at least. Oh, we have lots of yeses. Okay. Perfect. 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 Yes. Main platform is live. Yes. It is visible. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So the people who are saying no, guys, just ping your batch managers once. They will individually check what is the issue with your email ID. I hope you're logging in with the same email ID you have enrolled into the pre-course from, and the registered AccioJob email ID is being used, right? Okay, if someone has not yet refreshed also, please try a hard refresh, Control Shift R, and you should be able to see that, right? Yeah, I understand. Yeah, so the main batch is this new revamped platform is has been just launched today. Okay, so with your batch, the new platform has come into place, right? So across this weekend, essentially, if there is any issues, also will get resolved completely, right? So yeah. So today's, if you want to join from the platform directly, there is a link on the top right. You will see the option to join the class also, right? So on the platform also, you will see the option to join the orientation session directly from there also. Okay. Sure, sure, sure. I'll share my screen and show it to you guys. No worries. So yeah, this is how your main batch portal would be looking like, right? And there is this option to join the class directly from here, right? So you can join the class directly from here also, right? All upcoming classes, right? So this is your module essentially, right? So today is the first class. The recording of this class will appear here on the right side of the assignment tab, right? And every day new as days pass inside this module also, you will start seeing all the days getting added here with all the assignments, recordings, everything getting added. Okay, so today is just the first day, just an introductory class to get you guys into the mode of the batch, to just resolve any issues if you guys are facing. But assignments will start coming in from the next lecture onwards. And yeah, so every day, this is the module. Currently, we are all getting started with the first module. So yes, this is the platform. Okay. This is the home tab. So home tab is a quick dashboard for you to sort of join the class directly from here, or you can join or essentially go to your original module, which is currently going on as well, right? Yep. If yes, course.acciojob.com. This is exactly the URL you guys need to head to. Right. If any one of you is getting different UI, just hit Control Shift R once and go to course.acciojob.com. Yes, yes, yes. Notes will also come in, Jay. Don't worry. Everything from the previous platform will be available here by the weekend, right? So don't worry. How to know who is the batch manager? So batch manager will reach out to you, right? So wouldn't be an issue as such, because right, because batch managers are going to be around and they will call you up, right? Anand, how do we confirm it to Anand? Okay, let me just. Yes, recordings will also get available, guys. Recordings will get available as soon as our lecture ends today, right? After a couple of hours, it takes to process it. So a couple of hours later, you will see the recordings tab here where you will get the recording of today's lecture. Daily lectures will start from 8 p.m., guys. I'm a late joiner. How can I see pre-course lecture? Aman, just ping your batch manager once. They will share the recordings of the pre-course with you. Yeah, Sachin, if you have enrolled in the last couple of days alone, then you will get a call in the next couple of days, right? So yeah. Yeah, Mithul. So essentially, all the students who are joining 29 July batch are today with us in the orientation session. All of you guys have been divided into sub batches of 100 also, right? I'm sure you guys have been added to the WhatsApp group in your own sub batch specifically, right? So your doubt classes would happen in those sub batches specifically with your mentor or TA, right? And your lecture classes would happen with the main instructors together as a batch, right? According to different modules, basically. Okay, Rajat. So in case if your batch manager must have definitely tried, if you've been added on WhatsApp, you can always ping your batch manager once, right? Uh, Ayush, Shantanu, anyone from the team who is around, can we ask the batch managers to just put an introduction of themselves on the WhatsApp groups created so that people can reach out to them if they need any help? Yes, module one. Yeah, Achal. Okay. Hang on, guys. So people, I got a call from her. She's my batch manager, but I'm added to a different group. Batch manager Soumya. Okay, Sagar, this will get resolved. Don't worry. Right? It might be possible that for Soumya, the group has been created by Soumya or Pooja, one of them for each other. Right? So that might be a problem. Please solve this echo problem. So Kuldeep, I don't think there is echo. Everyone else is finding it okay, right? So there might be some issue on your part. Please try changing your sound device. Yes, 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 absolutely. Note section will get added very soon. Don't worry. Okay. Perfect. Okay, guys. Yeah, not an issue. So you guys are in the session here, right? So don't worry about it, right? We will get you added to the relevant WhatsApp groups also. I'm sure you're on the Discord groups also. The Discord group is primarily for announcements for the module and for all sorts of assignment doubt discussions also, right? Yes, Adarsh is going to be teaching. Adarsh is going to be your instructor. That's right. Course.accujob.com. That's the upgraded platform, guys. So all of you guys will be on course.accujob.com. Sure thing. So we'll set up something like people for asking for dinner break. Yeah, just have it at 7:45, right? 7:45 to 8 is a good dinner time. Yeah, I'm just putting it on chat again, right? So it's course.accujob.com. Right? So that's the URL. How much learning do we expect from you daily? We expect 6 hours, yeah. Okay, perfect. Let's just get started with the session today then, right? I think, okay. So today's session is just an introductory class. Just wanted to sort of give you all a walkthrough of what to expect in the course further, how is the program going to be like, and how to use the platform better, what should your expectations be like, what should you be focusing the most on, right? And that should set the right tone for you guys to get prepared for the module which is starting from first, right? So today is just an intro class for all of you guys, just to brief you and get you into the mode. Make sure that if you're facing any issues, you know your batch manager, you know uh, you're in the WhatsApp group, you're in the Discord group, your platform is working fine, right? Everything should be streamlined and you should be aware what to expect from Monday onwards, right? So Monday onwards, we are going to have the module moving every day, lecture sessions and out sessions between 8 to 11 p.m. Monday onwards, the schedule will be fixed. And that is what you have to get prepared for and follow after that, right? Audio नहीं आ रहा है. Everyone else audio is fine, right? आ रहा है, चलो, okay. विनय को reply कर दिया है हमने. विनय के लिए कोई लिख दीजिए please. Yes, don't worry, pre-course topics are going to be covered. Okay, perfect, perfect. No, Shivashish, ignore that website. Yeah, that is just a video for you guys to understand how to use the platform, right? And how to enter the class. That's it. Right. Today we'll just have the intro class and we will just get started with very, very basics, right? So Adarsh, who is your instructor, amazing teacher, I'm sure. Some students here are repeating module 1. So people who are repeating module 1, can you just put on chat? How did you like Adarsh teaching? Best. Okay, perfect. So perfect, guys. So yeah, so Adarsh is going to be your instructor for module 1, right? And module 1, essentially, Adarsh is, just to give you background, so Adarsh is from BITS Pilani. He has been working as an SDE with Nutanix, right? So Nutanix, and for a year or so, he's also been an instructor with AccioJob for more than a year now, right? And yeah, so I think there are people who already know that Adarsh is an amazing teacher, and I think today Adarsh should be joining us around 9:15, 9:20, right? And first 1 hour, I wanted to essentially keep to sort of have an orientation with all of you guys. Uh, Brief you about the program, what should you be prepared for, take on your doubts, whatever are there, and then Adarsh can continue with an introductory class today, right? He can just brief you about himself, what to expect on the DSA journey and module 1 from with him, right? And then we can just get started from Monday onwards with regular day-to-day classes. Yes. Okay, all set. Okay, perfect. So now let me just walk all of you guys through the process. How is it going to be like the entire 6 months first, right? And then probably take on your doubts, right? Okay. So just hang on to the chat section and wait for some time before asking your doubts. Let me just walk you through a brief orientation about the program and what to expect in the program further. And then we can sort of take up all other doubts which are there, right? Okay. Perfect. Yep, you will have to hang on to your doubts for some more time. Let me walk you guys through, first of all, walk you guys through a brief orientation. I will not take more than 20 minutes, right? Give me the first 20 minutes. I will answer it, Platty. Don't copy paste the same question again and again. Don't worry, right? Neelkan, don't worry, you haven't missed much. I'm just getting started, right? So I'll quickly, next 20 minutes, walk you through the orientation, a brief about the program, and then take your questions and then hand it over to Adarsh from 9:15, 9:20, so that he can take a brief intro class today, right? We will not keep it heavy today. We'll keep it light. Just to brief you about the roadmap ahead, what all are we going to focus a lot on, right? And we'll then sort of move on from there. Yeah. Okay, perfect, guys. Let me first share my screen then and walk you guys through a brief orientation. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Chat pop is irritating. I know, yeah. I'll pause the chat, but I want to see the chat also because I get to see their questions, right? So first of all, yep. Welcome everyone. Congratulations on clearing all the selection process and taking this decision, and that I want to uh, get started on this learning journey, right? It is going to be 6 months of rigorous hard work, no doubt about it. It is going to be a lot of effort, right? You have to be mentally prepared to take it on. You have to be in that phase that, yes, I'm going to uh, be at my best, be super productive, have that urgency that this is going to be my first priority. And this is, I can promise you that if you are going to put in enough effort, this will be one of the best learning journeys you have had in your life, right? Be it the instructors, be it the curriculum, be it the structure, be it all the additional help you will need on the way towards getting a great placement, right? So very, very, very warm welcome from me. I am Yashwardhan. I'm one of the founders here at AccioJob, and of course the entire AccioJob team, all the instructors and mentors you are going to meet along the way as well, right? So many congratulations on getting started, and this is just the day one for all of you guys, for most of you guys at least, right? So I hope you are you've pulled up your socks to get onto this journey, and it is going to take a lot of effort and hard work for sure, right? Perfect. Okay, guys. Moving on, just a quick introduction about myself and my team, right? We are four founders. All of us are batchmates from IIT Delhi, graduated in 2017. And Yep, after that, everyone goes to IIT to get a good job and a good campus job, right? That is the big hope everyone wants to go to IIT for in the first place. We also went there for some sort of similar purposes, right? And At the end of the 4 years, got a job. I did my bachelor's in mechanical engineering, right? Even in my college, that is considered a tier one college, right? One of the premier colleges and stuff. Even then, in mechanical engineering, around out of 105 students in my batch, I think around 15 people went in core mechanical roles, right? The others were still getting non mechanical related roles per se, right? So I also graduated, got a good job out of my campus, worked with a company called EXL, where I was working in analytics consulting. So I used to get a lot of my client used to be a big bank in North America. I used to get a lot of their credit card data. I used to clean that data, run that data, prepare models, analyze that data, share insights in beautiful presentations with them, and as to what can be done better, right? So, for example, if you get credit card data, you can analyze it to see that what offer can I roll out for my credit card users so that the default can decrease, right? What type of customer should I not give the credit card to so that they don't default too much, right? So such type of things, worked on that job, got to learn quite a bit, right? But I could feel that I couldn't feel impact of my work, right? To be very honest. So because I used to just give suggestions and ideas based on the data to a team sitting in North America, and never really got to see the impact of all that work which we were doing, right? And I'm someone who's I'm super passionate about the career space, right? Because when I made an uninformed decision. I'll be honest, right? I made an uninformed decision by choosing mechanical engineering. I should have probably chosen IT or CS or maths and computing or branches like these, right? Because those branches have a lot more scope in the current market scenario, lots of opportunities. But then I came from a tier two-ish city in Gujarat called Vadodara, right? So I had only a limited set of information. So, and that is why I took the decision based on that, right? And when I came to IIT, then I realized that, okay, I made an uninformed decision, and there are so many more people who will make uninformed decisions like me. So from the second year of my college itself, I've been involved in the career space, love talking to students, love talking to folks, helping them out with whatever best informed decisions I can help them make, right? And that has been something which I've been doing for 8 years now, right? And after I left my job also in 2018, decided that I want to solve for the biggest problem in this space, which I feel is super low placement percentages, right, out of our colleges. So let's keep this a little interactive on chat, right? So take the best guess. How many colleges are there in India? Total, how many colleges are there across India? How many do you think? 5 lakh colleges बोल दिया. अरे बाप रे. Okay, close. 40K. Okay, Mohammed Kamber has got it right, right? So that's right. 40,000 colleges in India are there, right? How many students are coming out every year? Chalo, let's take one more guess. Okay. Good. Chalo, ठीक है. Fair. So we have around 9.5 lakh engineers coming out, right? And we have around, if you look at graduates across all fields, they are as high as 75, 80 lakhs, right? Every year. That is a huge number. And now, can you guess what is the average placement percentage of all of these colleges? 25 to 30. That's right. Yes. So just imagine, out of 75 lakh graduates coming out each year, we have a placement percentage of 25-30%, right? What is happening to the remaining folks, right? They're still struggling to get placed. So this was a big, huge problem statement which we could figure out, and we were like, this there has to be a reason for this to happen, right? And there have to be multiple reasons, and we wanted to figure out what these reasons are and how can we create something which can solve for this. Because when we think of it, if a student is going through 3 years or 4 years of college education, at the end of that, uh, if a student is not even employable in any kind of job, there is something wrong or some mistake which is there present across the entire system, right? Okay, so we wanted to figure that bit out and solve for that essentially by with AccioJob, right? So okay, before we move on and before I share insights about what we could figure out from the market, what do we think are big reasons of uh, this situation being prevalent, right? I would want to understand what all background students do we have here. So can people on chat please post how many are from BTech, Mechanical, Civil, EC, CSE, BSc, MCA, BCA, BCom. Okay, lots of variety. Perfect. Okay, BSc Maths, BTech, BA, CSE, Mechanical, BSc, Biotech, BSc in what? Okay, BSc Agri, BCom, Mechanical plus Experience, MSc Petroleum, Aeronautical, BMM, BBA, Vocational Studies. Perfect. Okay, we have a lot of diversity in this batch also. Perfect. Good to see this. Yep. Okay, thanks guys. Perfect. So like every batch here, so on an average, like if I tell you about the previous batches, we had around 60% people from completely non-CS related branches, right? And I think in this batch also we have around 50-60% people who are from uh, non-CSIT related branches, right? Or degrees or fields. Perfectly fine. We are going to learn from scratch as it is. And anyone can learn from scratch. Anyone can break into software dev if we get equipped with ourselves with the right skill sets, right? So I don't think that background is any issue whatsoever, right? Coming back to where I was, right? So the big problem of having such low placement percentages. So when we started off, what we did essentially was that we started visiting all sorts of colleges and students. So I've personally probably visited 500 plus colleges, spoken to their placement cells, spoken to their directors, their students, right? Trying to understand, and lots of HR, lots of hiring managers, engineering managers, trying to understand what is this big gap, what is essentially the bottleneck here, right? And could see a lot of issues which sort of cropped up. But if I have to give a gist to you on what issues are being faced the most, number one is across colleges, right from like the best college, tier 1 college, to the worst college, a tier 3, tier 4 college, right? One big prevalent problem was that all of us were learning to clear exams or get that degree or certificate at the end of it, right? No one was learning to actually gain skills or actually implement it in the real life scenario or the practical world as such, right? All of us were just focused on clearing exams. And that is true from the best of colleges. I'm talking about the very tier one college also. Even in IIT, I have myself one day batting, exactly. Even in IIT myself, I have uh, studied a few days before exams and cleared it, right? So that does happen. And that is a very, very big problem because colleges aren't really teaching to equip students with skills, right? And skills are the real reasons which uh, get you that job, right? And this is a big problem which is very, very prevalent, right? Second reason which we could figure out was that the college's incentives are not 100% aligned with that of the students, right? When colleges are doing admissions, right? They boast about very high placements, they post about great packages and stuff like that, but everyone knows the reality by the time they reach the fourth year. Starting by 100%, end by 20%, right? So and this was primarily because a college is not incentivized for it, right? College, once the student is admitted for 4 years, the student is going to keep paying the fees to the college, right? So the college should have some incentive linked with that of the outcome of that student. Essentially, the student should get some good outcome at the end of 3 year or 4 years, which they are investing with that college and studying with that college, right? Number three, we could figure out was that colleges haven't really made any effort whatsoever to upgrade their curriculums, right? Even in a BTech computer science degree, full stack development is not being taught. I fail to understand why is that so, because this has been so very common and so very evident in the industry right now that probably MERN stack is the most in demand tech stack right now, most amount of openings there, right? So Sridhar, sorry to keep you sorry if it is taking a little longer, right? But I think you can bear a little bit with me, right? It's not so bad. Okay. So yeah. Uh, so yep, I think this is something which is very very surprising that it's been years and tens of years and curriculums don't get upgraded on time, right? And the whole idea for us to start AccioJob was essentially to solve for all of this, right? Multiple problems which were existing here, right? And that is where AccioJob came in. I'll come to what AccioJob was. I'll take just a couple of questions which I could see, right, guys? So Y Combinator here is an investor, like people said. I think we have smart, aware students in the batch as well. So Y Combinator is an investor based out of the US. So they invested into AccioJob, right? And that is what backed by Y Combinator, right? And it's a startup accelerator. So it was a great experience. We actually traveled to the US, stayed there for 3 months in California, learned a lot from a lot of people there, right? A lot of other startups, a lot of previous startup founders like Airbnb, right? So the founder of Airbnb, someone whom we got to interact with, right? Multiple other founders as well we got to connect with, right? Coming to what does AccioJob mean, right? So Accio basically comes from Harry Potter spell. So if there are any Harry Potter fans, they might be aware. Accio means basically to seek, right? So if I do Accio phone, this phone will come towards me. So similarly, AccioJob is that to seek a job, right? Okay, perfect. We got Potterheads here. Perfect. Okay, perfect, guys. Okay, let me just move on. So coming back to AccioJob, right? So why did we start AccioJob and what is the whole idea about AccioJob, right? So AccioJob was essentially, the idea is to solve for all these problems which we could feel are very much present in the industry right now. For example, a very, very in sync curriculum with that of what the industry needs right now. A very, very updated curriculum, a well-structured curriculum so that those skills are mastered, which are some things which are very highly in demand in the industry right now, for which a lot of job opportunities are present in the market right now, so that an outcome can get generated for the students, right? And not just that they learn some subject, some course, and then at the end of it don't get any outcome out of it, right? Second was to solve for skill building and not just clearing exams and getting certificates, right? That is why at AccioJob, you'll find amazing teachers, state of the art, right? You'll find the best of instructors, the best of mentors and teachers here. These are real practitioners. These are people who have themselves prepared for the top-notch companies like Amazon or Google or Microsoft, have cracked multiple interviews of such companies, have learned DSA from scratch up to the topmost level, advanced DSA also completely, right? Have done web dev in their jobs for the last couple of years, last few years in the industry. They are up to date with the trends. They use this and have implement this in the industry on a daily basis, right? So these are real practitioners, and I can challenge you, a professor, a DSA professor from a college versus an AccioJob DSA instructor, you will find a huge difference, right? I know in 90% colleges, DSA is not even covered completely, right? It is only covered partially, right? And if you give a DP question to a professor, probably he'll say out of syllabus, right? So at AccioJob, the idea was always very simple, that we follow outcome driven education. We make sure that the students outcomes, that is them getting a job opportunity, them getting placed, right, them building skills, projects, a great portfolio, is the most important and paramount thing, and our incentives should get linked with that of the student. And that is why we come with a placement guarantee. We are super confident that the curriculum which we are teaching, the assignments, the projects which we will go through, are some things which are very highly in demand in the industry right now. And if you are working hard with us and doing the program with us, you will get placed for sure, right? We are confident about it, right? And to make sure that that dream gets realized for the students, also for us also, we equip it with every possible help which student needs during the learning journey, right? We know that the student will need a lot of practice. We know that the student will have a lot of doubts. We know the student will need to build projects on the way, will need to build a great resume, will have to give a few mock interviews, will have to with every student, we'll have to keep the focus on their soft skills, their mentorship, their learning in mind, right? And all of that is catered to through this program. This is exactly what is how AccioJob program has been defined, right? So that every in a holistic manner, we can make sure that every possible thing needed for the student on the entire learning journey can be provided and taken care of by us, right? Okay, perfect. So that is what AccioJob stands for, guys, right? And at AccioJob, you're here in the main batch. Super excited to have all of you guys here. Today is day 0. From Monday, you will have your day 1, right? Before we move on further, we'll love to make this thing clear that at AccioJob, we very highly value student learning. And that is why we clearly say to all the students which are enrolling with us in the main batch, learning is infinite, guys. Whatever help you need with learning, be it additional mentorship sessions, additional revision sessions, one-on-one sessions, doubt solving assistance, just ask for it, right? We are here to help for any and everything which will be needed by you, right? Okay, so super happy to have all of you guys here in the 24th batch which we are coming out with, right? And I am very confident you will all have an amazing journey ahead with us, right? Plus, all of us are very concrete at AccioJob. The entire team very highly values the fact that we need to be focused on the student learning. So if you need any sort of help, you can raise it to your batch managers, your module managers. For us, to me, I am also available on Discord. Everyone is available, right? So anytime if you are facing any issues and if you need any help, anyone from the team you reach out will be more than happy to assist. Okay, perfect. So let's just get to the specifics now. What is it going to look like? What is the journey going to be? What is the schedule going to be? What will the placements look like? When will they start? What are the modules? When will we learn? What will we learn, right? Okay, so hang on to the chat section for 10 minutes more. Let me walk you through all these things, and then probably I am assuming most of your doubts will get cleared by then only, right? And if not, uske baad पूछ लेना, right? Okay, perfect. Kambar, yes, I understand. Yeah, I take some. No, yeah, sometimes it can get late for me to reply personally. But if you have messaged me, there will 100% be a reply from my side, right? Right. But I think the go-to people for you should be your batch managers, module managers, right? They will be able to assist you super quickly. Okay, perfect. I can speak English and Hindi both, but we have students from Pan India, and that is why we will stick to English, right? So that everyone can understand. Okay, perfect. So let's just start with the schedule first, right? What will the schedule look like for all of you guys in the main batch, right? So from Monday onwards, right? Saturday, Sunday, you don't have classes as such. Monday onwards, your journey, regular schedule starts. Day-to-day schedule will start. Okay. So on Monday onwards, basically, how does your schedule look like? So on weekdays, that is Monday to Friday, you will have live lecture sessions at night from 8 to 10 p.m. Okay, 8 to 10 p.m. you will have live lecture sessions. 10 to 11 p.m. after that, after the lecture session, you will have your problem solving sessions. Okay, every day after these sessions, based on what is being covered, you will be given an additional set of assignments, around 3 to 4 assignments every day. Okay, every weekend, that is every Sunday, essentially, we will have coding contests on what we have covered across that week, primarily focusing on those topics. We will have coding contests on Sundays. Okay. This would be your day-to-day regular schedule. So on an average, every day you need to put around 6 hours of effort. 3 hours to watch the live sessions from 8 to 10 p.m. and 10 to 11 p.m. and another 3 hours to attempt the assignments being given to you, right, on a day-to-day basis, right? Every weekend, the contest will be there. You will be informed about it for Sunday contest times, and you can take it anytime during the entire day, according to your flexibility. Okay. Now, this is just your regular day-to-day schedule, right? Apart from this, there are a lot of other things which you will encounter throughout the program. For example, on some Saturdays, there might be soft skill sessions. Of course, it will be informed to you beforehand. On some Saturdays, there will be soft skill sessions around resume building, HR interviews, communication, stuff like that. Every day, open doubt hours are there on the platform directly. So open doubt hours are from 4 to 7 p.m. in the evening, 11 to 12 at night, and even morning 11 to 1, right? Morning 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. afternoon, right? We have open doubt hours where mentors will be available. You can join in and attend it with the Zoom, join the Zoom session where mentors are there, ask your doubt and get off, right? Okay. Yes, live lectures will all be on Zoom. Absolutely. Right. So apart from this, right, how can a working professional manage to invest 6 hours a day? Right. So I will not be taking chat questions right now. Let me first complete and then I'll take all the chat questions. But working professionals, we have around 25% students who are working professionals, right? They are all managing 6 hours a day. Of course, it will be hard work. It will be some effort for a few months, but then without your effort, you cannot expect that suddenly out of your lower package job or non-technical job, you can switch to a great, high-paying, good technical job as well, right? So of course, effort will be there. If you are a late night person, stay up after 11 p.m. and invest those couple of hours. If you're an early morning person, invest those 2-3 hours of self-study early in the morning, right? So you'll have to figure things out for working professionals also, but yes, right? Will the open doubt hours available on Saturday, Sunday? Yes, Manish, they are available on Saturday, and Sunday is also going live from this week, right? So yes, they are available. Doubt class link will be also recorded. Yes, absolutely. Doubt class link will also get recorded. Doubt class will also be there. Doubt class will also be there on the sort of platform itself. You will be able to join directly from there, right, Aman? Aman is saying the test classes on Sunday. No, yeah, we'll have classes Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday, you will have some or the other pending stuff to take care of, some pending assignments to take care of. If you've missed anything, you should ideally use that time to cope up to make sure by next week you will be up to date, right? Okay, so apart from this regular schedule and soft skill sessions, right, Praveen, covering, don't copy paste the same thing again and again. Praveen, प्रोफेशनलिज्म, बेसिक कर्टसी, ये सब सीखो अब, है ना? अब हो गए हो, बड़े हो गए हो सब लोग, ठीक है? ये सब सीखना पड़ेगा बार बार. You don't have to copy paste the same question multiple times, right? Just hang on to the chat for 5-10 minutes. Let me wrap this up and I'll take it up further for you. Yes, Sagar, that is right. Okay, so apart from this, what I just covered, right, there will be one-on-one mentorship sessions, one-on-one mock interviews, right? So across at the end of every module, definitely mandatorily you will have to give a mock interview, right? And apart from that, there is no limit on the number of mock interviews you can take. So you can always take more mock interviews as well, right? But after at the end of every module, a mock interview is compulsory, right? So mock interviews are super, super, super important. They give you also a lot of feedback on where you stand. It is a good way for you to assess yourself, that where do you really lie, right? And yep, they help us also give a very good understanding of how much the student has scoped up from that module. Okay, apart from this, if you have too many doubts in your mind, too many doubts in your hand, just ask your batch manager to help you book a one-on-one mentorship session, and they will help you book that one-on-one mentorship session with any of our mentors, right? Okay, perfect. Lastly, project building sessions. Our project building sessions are fairly straightforward, right? So from time to time, depending on the module you are in, right, you will have project building sessions within the module itself in the normal lecture hours. This would be primarily focused on building projects from scratch and how do you go about it, right? Okay, perfect. So this is how the schedule would look like for the main batch, right? We completely, no, it is solo, Giriraj, right? We will come out with a team project for the final projects or the bigger projects also, but apart from that, all other projects. So across the entire 6-month journey, all of you will end up making at least 6 to 7 projects minimum 6 to 7 projects. I've seen people make as high as 20-25 projects also, right? Yesterday I was interviewing and talking to Rupinder from a previous batch who was sort of who's working with Fin Mechanics now. He got placed at Fin Mechanics, and he ended up making 30 projects, right, during his journey with AccioJob. So yep, do make lots and lots of projects, of course. And we understand that around 60% of you are from completely non-technical backgrounds, right? So your CV won't have a lot of relevant content. So as we keep making more projects, you get more stuff to put on your CV also. You keep adding more skills on your resume also, right? So yeah, yes, we'll start everything from scratch, don't worry. Okay, how many projects are necessary for resume? So hang on to the doubts on chat. I'll take them together later on, right? But I don't think there is a limit on like this many projects or that many projects. To be honest, as low as around 3 projects on your resume is also enough, but they have to be good projects, right? You should have enough functionalities in those projects so that the interviewer understands you have invested a lot of time uh, invested a lot of time in that project, right? And gets a good understanding of your skill levels, basically, right? You can make more projects also, but it's not just that making more and more projects is good enough. You have to make a few projects which are very good, right? Which are where you have implemented more and more functionalities, right? So that it depicts your skill sets even better, right? I think at minimum, I would say around 3 projects should be good enough, right? Maximum, of course, there is no limit. You can keep making projects, and there's no end to it as such, right? But of course, you will not mention 20 projects on your resume. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So moving on. Yes, Parag noted completely. उस पे already काम हो रहा है. अब module wise ramped up है, already opened out hours, so you shouldn't face a lot of issue. But we are continuously adding more and more mentors there so that the wait time reduces. Okay. Okay, perfect. So let me just move ahead here, right? So what is the curriculum going to be like? What are we going to learn, right? So at AccioJob, we will be following a modular structure, right? So we will be following a modular structure. What does a modular structure mean? It basically means that the entire program, right, covering data structures, algorithms, full stack web development in MERN stack, right, is broken down into 8 modules. Okay, now these modules are broken down in such a manner. Why are we breaking them down into modules in the very first place, right? Because breaking them down into modules gives us a lot more flexibility to personalize the student's journey. I will explain how, right? So the entire DSA and full stack web dev essentially covers for the people who are new to software development. I will explain it briefly for all of you. So software development is a big umbrella of jobs. Okay, inside software development, software. So I hope everyone understand two parts, right? One is hardware, one is software. Hardware are things which we can touch. For example, my laptop or my computer. Software is non-tangible stuff which is inside these hardware, right? For example, your mobile apps, your what do you call websites, your widgets, right, or OS. All these things are software, right? So under software development, essentially, there are multiple types of software which we create. For example, we are going to learn web development, right? So we are going to be learning how do we go ahead and create websites, and someone who is learning, let's say, mobile development, he will go ahead and learn how do we create apps, mobile apps, right? In all of these kinds of software, there are two parts to it. One is the front end side, right? Front end is basically what the user sees or what the user interacts with. For example, you go to the AccioJob website, what you interact with is all the front end. And what happens on the back side, right, on the back end is called the back end side, which is also called the server side, right? Which is not something which the user directly interacts with, right? So in any kind of software you are creating, there will be a front end, there will be a back end, and together that is called as full stack. You understand? So we will be learning full stack web development. That is, we will be learning front end for creating websites. How do we create the front end of websites? How do we create the back end of websites? And that is essentially together what is called full stack web development. Okay, so we are going to be learning data structures and algorithms and full stack web development. We are going to be learning full stack web dev and MERN stack. MERN stack is a JavaScript based tech stack, one of the most popular tech stacks in the industry right now, right? Data structures, algorithms, we will be learning it in Java language, right? Why did we choose Java, first of all, right? So you will see that across all the companies, if you see their hiring processes, some companies might be limiting and want to stick to Java or C++ as the go-to languages for you to use in coding test or in interviews also, right? We had to pick one between C++ or Java. We went ahead with Java simply because Java is much more in demand, much more used and accepted by more and more companies, right? And that was the reason for us to pick Java. To be very honest, language is not something which is a big deal. You have to focus on learning the concepts, figure out how do you build logic building, how do you understand the algorithms and the concepts, right? Language is something which you can always learn. 10-15 days you spend on learning Java syntax, you will become comfortable with Java syntax. You spend 10-15 days on Python syntax, you get comfortable with Python syntax, right? Okay. Perfect. So the entire course which we have has been broken down into 8 modules. We are all going to start with module 1. Module 1 is going to be fundamentals of programming. We will cover what we covered in the pre-course also once more, right? We will move a little faster as compared to the pre-course. Why? Because we have already covered it in pre-course. So people who have missed classes in pre-course or stuff, please make sure that you watch the recordings of the pre-course, start watching them at least, so that you can keep brushing up across Saturday and Sunday. And from Monday onwards, you are able to catch up well with the classes, right? So first 3, 4, 5 sessions we will spend on covering the pre-course part again, that is arrays, loops, conditionals, fundamentals of programming, data types, variables, everything, right? And across the entire module 1, our focus is primarily going to be on the fundamentals of programming. Very, very, very important to get you started for any programming job, be it front-end dev, back-end dev, DSA-based jobs, anything, right? So the first module, our focus, 25 days, right? So around 25 days, module 1 will go on, then you will go to the next module, right? So module 1, essentially, our focus is going to be on the fundamentals of programming, arrays, loops, conditionals, strings, functions. We'll learn sorting. You will learn 2D arrays, right? You will learn recursion, right? So all of these things will get covered in module 1. Again, very, very, very important to do module 1 thoroughly, right? Okay. Post that, at the end of every module, we will have a module test based on that module, and we will have a mock interview also based on that module, right? This is mandatory. Okay, you got to assess what you have learned, otherwise you will never, you will keep fooling yourself, right? You're not fooling us, you're fooling yourself, to be very honest, right? So that is why at the end of every module we will have a module test and a mock interview. On the basis of that assessment, you and the batch manager will have a discussion that, okay, you have not scored well, you have not caught up, you've not understood module thoroughly, so then you can repeat this module again, right? When you repeat the module again, you will be repeating the module with live classes again. It's not like you will just be sent to keep watching the recording of the previous module, right? So in case if you haven't understood the module properly or thoroughly, you get the flexibility to repeat that module. And if you want to move ahead, if you've cleared it, you've cleared the mock or the coding test, and then we will move ahead to the next module, basically, right? Okay, perfect. Post that, we move on to module 2. Module 2, we move towards basic data structures algorithms, linked lists, stacks, queues, DQs, right? Post that, we move to intermediate DSA, start focusing more on topics like trees, right? Two pointers, a lot of sort of important topics around DSA come under intermediate DSA. You will have project building based on DSA in module 3 as well. SQL will also get covered, right? Okay. Module 4 will be advanced DSA. That is topics like graphs, DP, heaps, right? That was covered in module 4. Then we move on to module 5. Module 5 is where we start front end. So module 5 will be basic front end topics like HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. Module 6 is all about JavaScript. So if you want to become a front end developer or a full stack developer or a back end developer on MERN stack, JavaScript is the most important thing you should know. So module 6 will be entirely on JavaScript alone, one of the most important topics, right? Module 7 will be on modern frameworks like React.js and Redux. Module 8 would be on Node.js and Express.js, that is on the backend side, right? So the entire program is broken down into these modules, right? And why is this program broken down into modules in the first place, right? It has been broken down into modules because it gives us the flexibility for people, for student on a, to help the student on a case by case basis. So for example, let's say Rahul here does module 1, goes to module 2, does module 2 and goes to module 3, and then tells me, I am not enjoying DSA, I am not able to do intermediate DSA properly in module 3, right? I'm not able to clear module 3 also. Can you move me to the front end track? So after module 3, I get the flexibility to directly put Rahul in module 5 so that he can start focusing on front end instead of doing advanced data structures algorithms, which wouldn't make sense because he's still not comfortable with intermediate data structures algorithms, right? Or for example, so yeah, more or less. And for example, if someone is doing amazing with data structures algorithms, so I would advise them to keep doing module 1, 2, 3, 4 in that order, right? There are so many jobs based on data structures algorithms, right? So the idea behind having a modular structure is that it gives us the flexibility to personalize the student's journey. Let's say some student comes in and tells me, sir, I was in module 2, but last 15 days, I have not been able to do anything in module 2. Can you help? If he would have been in a normal batch, I would tell him that you have to study with your batch, just watch recording. Now I can have him repeat module 2 again so that he can attend all the live sessions, attend them, do them properly and thoroughly again, right? So that is why we have this modular structure in place. Okay, perfect. Okay, so like I said, yeah, the whole idea of having a modular structure is so that we can optimize for the students' learning and make sure that we don't have to have the students' time getting wasted, right? All of us are here to make sure we get you to placement readiness as quickly as possible and then get you placed as quickly as possible, right? So for example, and with every passing batch, we know from our previous batches and students, right, that out of any batch, we will see that around 60-70% are doing well with DSA. Let's say around 20% students are facing issues in DSA, right? They don't think they're going to do DSA properly. So then I can quickly modify them and put them in the front end track so that they can learn front end thoroughly. And that is something which is ideal, right? Because they don't have to waste time in advanced or intermediate DSA, right? And they can focus on becoming placement ready in front end dev as quickly as possible. right? And don't worry, you have all of you, each and every one of you would get access to all of these modules, right? Eventually. So let's say if you are learning after module 1 and 2, let's say if you're learning front end first, so you do module 5, 6, 7, and then let's say if you get placed as a front end dev and then tell me I want to learn the other modules also, of course, right? You can always come back to the other modules. It's not like you cannot come back, right? So you can always come back to and do module 3 after doing module 5, 6, 7 of front end also, right? You can leave module 4 advanced DSA maybe for now, do all the other modules and then come back to advanced DSA also, right? Okay. So the modular structure is made in a way that we can optimize the student's journey very well, right? And have every student learn at their pace also. And sometimes it used to happen in our older batches that some students want a topic to be revised, so it slows down others also. Now we get the flexibility. Some student wants to repeat again a topic or a set of topics, we can have him repeat the entire module, and the other people who have understood it can always move forward to the next module, right? So this is the idea behind breaking down the course into modular structure. The curriculum is exactly the same. Yes, absolutely. Even if you get placed after, let's say, 4 modules, make sure you complete the other modules also. It is a strong suggestion from my side to complete all the modules, even if you get placed without completing all the modules, because this is something which is going to help you on the job also. It is not like this is it. Like, this is not just to get a job. This is going to be used by you on the job also, right? So make sure you learn as much as possible from the program. Okay. How many mock interview attempts will be given to clear the module 1? Yeah, Sagar, 1 is enough. But in that one mock interview, you will be asked multiple questions. It's not like you will be asked only one question or anything like that. Okay. Bilkul. After every module, you must give a mock interview, Saikat. Apart from that, if you want to give mock interview between the module also for practice, etc., you can always give, right? But at the end of the module, you must. Everyone must. Mandatory. Simple, right? Yep, it will not be with your batch manager or instructor both, Sagar, right? Instructors are working professionals who are very, they are also busy people, right? So we have a big pool of mentors. So we have like around 150 mentors, right? And these mentors have their slots open, 1 hour slots open, and your batch manager will help you book a slot with one of these mentors so that you can go to that one-on-one session directly after booking the slot with that mentor, and you can ask them your doubts, right? Okay, perfect. Okay. Does we get pre-course access on portal? No, Siddhant, now you're in the main batch, so you'll have access to the main batch. I will ask someone to post the pre-course lecture recordings once on the Discord group, right? So that in the recording section once, or in the announcement section, so that if anyone wants to watch the pre-course lectures, they can always do that, right? Saturday and Sunday are holidays. On Saturdays, sometimes you will have soft skill sessions or else guest sessions, right? On Sunday, you will have a contest which you can take anytime you want. Okay. Perfect. I'll take the other questions from chat a little later. Let me just wrap up the remaining stuff. I think Adarsh will also be coming in the next 15 odd minutes. So I'll try and wrap up before he's coming in. Yep. Coming to placements, also coming to everything. Don't worry. Right. Okay. So what do we expect from you? This was all about like what are we going to be sort of delivering, but what is our expectation, right? All of you know there's no eligibility criteria on your previous coding knowledge. So we don't expect you to have any previous coding knowledge as such, right? What do we expect from you is just 3 simple things, right? This program is rigorous. We are reiterating, this program is not like a very basic Udemy course you must have purchased sometime, right? This is going to be rigorous. This is going to take a lot of effort and hard work from your side, right? And that is why we expect 3 simple things from you on this journey. Number 1 is discipline, right? Why I say discipline? Because sometimes, let's say if you have to do a task in 2-3 days, right? And you can put in 10, 12, 15 hours on it and complete it in 3 days, and that's it. Then you can chill. But programming, or to become a good software dev, right? The amount of skills you need, it is not something which you can learn in a week or 2 weeks. It is something which is going to take 5, 6, 7 months, right? To get to good knowledge and becoming completely equipped with all skills in DSA and full stack web dev, right? So that is why, and with a long-term learning engagement, which we need from you, there comes the need for discipline and consistency, right? Because if you are going to be consistent, if you follow a fixed schedule, you be disciplined throughout, only then you will be able to keep learning for these 6 months, right? Otherwise, you might just work hard for 3, 4, 5 days, and then you are just burnt out and you're not attending classes for a week, 10 days. That is not something which will help, right? So number one thing you should focus on is get into the right discipline. You need to be consistent, right? You need to make sure you attend all the lecture sessions, solve all the assignments being given to you, right? Very, very, very important. And this has been evident in the past batches also. Students who have been consistent from the start, they get placed sooner also, they get placed at higher packages also, right? Very simple. So number one requirement is please be super disciplined, right? You have to get into a schedule now. You might have made mistakes in your past. You don't have an amazing job in your hand. All of it is in the past now. This is the time where you have to make the most of this opportunity, right? So get into that phase of your life, prepare yourself mentally that this is my number one priority. I have to invest my time and effort here, and get into that schedule, right? That every day, this time is blocked for classes. This time is blocked for solving assignments, right? Uh, all the classes which are happening are getting recorded as well, right? I'll just check if this class is getting recorded. Yeah, this is getting recorded. So all the classes which happen are getting recorded. The recordings will be shared with you all as well, right? So you don't need to worry about that. Okay. In case if you miss any class, or in case if you want to revisit any topic later again, you can always watch the recording and get back to it. But to be very honest, try and attend all the classes live. That will make sure you get into a discipline also, right? So number one thing we need from you is discipline. Attend all the lectures, solve all the assignments being given. Okay. Number two is enthusiasm, right? We are all learning remotely pan India. The advantage of learning this way is that you get access to the best instructor, right? He might be sitting in Bangalore or Hyderabad or in his hometown, but we get access to learn from the best instructors, the best trainers, mentors, whatever we need, right? But the con is that I don't come to know, as I would in an offline environment, that is Shivanand currently understanding what I'm saying or not? Is he having any doubt or not? Right? So that is why we need you to be enthusiastic, ask questions shamelessly, have a learning mindset, right? Very important. We expect zero programming knowledge from you. So even if you come with the silliest of doubt, not an issue, right? No issues at all. Even if you have the silliest of doubts, right? Just ask questions. Okay. You're here to learn. So your first focus should be skill building. Okay. Number three, third, foremost, most important and most obvious, effort, right? Nothing good will come without hard work and effort, right? 5, 6 hours every day is must. You will have to invest that much time and effort. Okay. And trust me, without hard work, rewards won't come in. You will never get rewards in life. And this is true for life, not just this program all the more, but in life, right? We've been working hard for my startup for like 3.5 years now. Only in the last couple of years, we've been doing well and we've been seeing some success finally, right? But before that, it was just hard work without any reward coming out, right? So, yep, this is exactly what we expect from you. If you are going to be working hard with us, be disciplined, be enthusiastic, be proactive in communicating with us, we 100% are sure that you will get placed. Okay. Okay, coming to placements. How do placements work? What kind of company come? How do they come? What happens? When does it start? What will happen? Right? All details. Let me walk you through it. Right. So all the companies coming through AccioJob will offer a minimum CTC of above 5 LPA. By CTC, we mean cost to company. We follow whatever the CTC is written in the company, right? CTC is that for companies, for people have doubt that what is CTC, what is in hand, right? So if you look at salary range between 5 to 8 LPA, probably you will see most part of your CTC is given to you as fixed, right? Okay, because For lower salary ranges, generally, employers also understand that the person needs to be given more in fixed, right? As you keep moving higher on CTCs, for example, a 30 LPA Amazon package, right, which our students got. So out of that, 14 LPA is fixed. The other is bonus, some stock options, referral bonus, joining bonus, etc., right? So as you keep going higher in terms of packages, you will keep seeing more and more non-fixed component also, right? No, HRA is in the fixed part, Nishant. Okay, so all companies coming to AccioJob will be offering above CTC of above 5 LPA. Okay, more than 200 partner companies. This is not yet updated, so I think more than 250 partner companies we might have reached till now, right? And we have a dedicated placement cell, right? So a dedicated placement cell, they actively work hard on partnering with more and more companies and getting these companies to do exclusive recruitment drives with AccioJob batches, right? So these are all partner companies. They do recruitment drives just like you have college campus drives. Similarly, our partner companies do recruitment drives with AccioJob batches exclusively. Okay, all sorts of companies will come in, MNCs, startups, mid-tier firms, all sorts of companies, right? For the bigger MNCs like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, right? We put in referrals for our students for that, right? Not till now, Sagar. A couple of students went to Microsoft, right? Uh, to a decent final round, sort of multiple rounds, but didn't get through. Google also, one person went to final round, but didn't get through. Right. But for the bigger MNCs, we put in referrals. You name it, any big MNC, we will put in a referral for you. Right. Apart from that, all the other companies are directly partnered with us. So they do drives with us at AccioJob, right? Okay. Perfect. Lots of companies. I think there is an updated list apart from this, which is there on the screen right now. There is an updated list on the website also, right? From typically in every batch, we see that around 85% students get placed by the end of the 12 months, right? And around 10-15% students are the set of people who want to drop off, withdraw, or just don't want to study, right? No one can help them, trust me, right? You should just focus on being in the 85% who want to study and get placed, right? Okay, simple. Okay. Okay, apart from this, more about placement. So most of these companies, like 99% companies coming in, would be without any bond or service agreement, right? Most of the companies which are coming in would be from the major locations, right? Major locations you need to be open for is Hyderabad, Bangalore, Delhi NCR, Mumbai, Pune, right? These are major locations. Most companies are based out of these locations. Apart from these, there are companies which sometimes come from locations like Kolkata, Ahmedabad, some companies which are completely remote. All these are there. But Pune, Mumbai, like I said, right? Pune, Mumbai, Delhi NCR, Bangalore, Hyderabad. These are like the major locations. So from these places, most companies come. And you are all freshers. You should be open to going to any of these locations, right? You have to keep the relocation option open completely. We cannot guarantee you that I will get you a work from home job only, or you a job in Chennai only, or you a job in Kolkata only, right? Whenever companies come for all locations, you must apply definitely, right? But we cannot guarantee one particular location only, right? You are all freshers, right? And that too unemployed right now, most of you. So just be open to getting a good job in your hand, first of all, right? At a good place where you can get started with your tech career, start learning as much as possible. Work from office teaches you a lot more, trust me, right? It will teach you financial independence. How do you stay independently? How do you manage everything independently? Plus, in office, you get to work with smart people, smart engineers around you, right? Seniors around you. You get to ask and learn from them, right? So there's so much to learn from. Okay. So definitely something to learn, right? So you have to be open to going to any of these major locations, right? We cannot guarantee one specific location or something like that, right? Simple. And we are transparent from day one, right? We have told it from day one. it is completely clear. We cannot, if all 99% companies ask students to come in office, and 99% of these top good quality companies, product-based companies are located in major locations, how do I get you a job in a Indore or a random location which you want, right? It is not possible. And you are young, getting started in the IT industry. You should be open to relocating and actually learning right now, right? Eventually, slowly and steadily, once you start gaining 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, 2 year of experience, you will always be able to switch to your preferred companies and preferred locations, right? But when you're getting started with your career, you have to be open for relocating to these major companies. Okay. Okay. Moving on, some placement highlights. Sorry. Yeah, some placement highlights. So highest has been 41 LPA till now in a company called Palo Alto Networks. Before that, it was 2 people who got into Amazon at 30 LPA. Average is 8.3 LPA. Around one important stat here is around 25% students in every batch get placed above 10 LPA, right? So if you are in the top 25% here, your chances of getting placed above 10 LPA are high. So this should be your goal, that I want to be at above 25, above in those 25%, so that I get placed above 10 LPA, right? Don't worry about your background. You can be from any background, doesn't really matter. No, it is there. It is there. Vibhuti, you will be able to see Nitin's testimonial there in the success stories page also, I think. And the Amazon guy also there. Samarth is also there, right? Or if you go to our LinkedIn, you will be able to scroll down and see all of their testimonials, right? So it is all there. Median salary, good question, Mohit, smart guy, right? So average is 8.3, but average is not the best measure. Probably you should look at median, right? So median salary is somewhere around 7.5 to 8 LPA, right? So yeah, that is the sweet spot. A lot of companies come, right? And above 10 LPA, if you're looking to get placed, try and be in the top 25% of your batch, right? Yeah, so Mehran, like I said, right, your doubt solving sessions, that is assignment related doubt sessions, which will happen from 10 to 11 p.m. at night, will happen with your sub batches, right? Only your live lecture session with Adarsh, with the instructor, will be happening together as a group. Understood? Okay. What's your thought about upcoming recession? Not really, yaar. So I think the recession being hyped a little too much too quickly. There might be one coming, but the number of opportunities, job opportunities in tech companies has not gone down at all, right? So companies are coming non-stop. They have enough openings in any drive which is happening. We see that there are more openings which they have, right? In your sub batch, Aman, 25% in your sub batch also. If you are in the top 25 in your sub batch also, it's good enough, right? Okay. अभी तो बताया साइकत डिफरेंस बिटवीन प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी एंड सर्विस बेस्ड कंपनी गुड क्वेश्चन सुनील सो सुनील क्या होता है ना कि सम कंपनीज लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल आई गिव यू एन एग्जांपल फॉर एग्जांपल TCS राइट TCS इज अ सर्विस बेस्ड कंपनी उसका क्या मतलब है कि दे keep getting new projects and they provide the same service to all of these clients and keep building that new project and giving it to the client. That's it, right? Product based company, what they do, they are working on their own product and they just need to continuously incrementally make that product better and better and better and better and keep optimizing that, right? So a product based companies generally offer better learning opportunities because you get to work on the complete product life cycle, from building the product to optimizing it to adding more features to it, everything, right? So generally that is there. Yeah. So if a group project are allowed, Divya, don't worry. When time comes, you will be briefed about the group project also. But for now, just assume you are on your own. You have to take care of yourself. You have to solve your own assignments. You have to attend your own lecture sessions, doubt sessions, right? Everything. Okay. No, don't worry about your past credentials. Even if you are not from a BTech background, it's okay. Not from CSIT background, it's okay. If you are have less than 60%, it's okay. Don't worry. If you have a gap year, it's okay. Right? Okay. 85. Kambir abhi to bataya. Right? Okay, 85% of you guys. Okay. Sir, is Swiggy, Zomato Oyo product or service? Product based, Varun. They have one product, right? Swiggy has that one Swiggy app, one Swiggy website which they keep working on and keep making it better, right, with time. Same goes for Zomato or Oyo, right? TCS, for example, does projects for, let's say, 10 different companies, right? Okay. Yep. So, like I explained to you guys already, also, right? I'll explain it to you again. So, the live lecture sessions, which will happen from 8 to 10 p.m., guys, in the live lecture session between 8 to 10 p.m., you will be attending it in all the 29 July batches, right? Sub batches. You are in A, B, C, D, E, right? So on. So, you will all be attending it with others live together from 8 to 10 p.m., right? In the live lecture session, your focus has to be super high on absorbing the concepts being taught by others. In the problem solving session from 10 to 11 p.m., you will be doing it with your sub batches of around 100 students each, right? So, understood? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Shantanu Pawar, you should definitely do it. That is why you are all in your sub batches in WhatsApp group as well. You are all in your sub batches in your modules in the Discord group also, right? So the Discord platform is there for all of you guys to interact with each other, ask each other your doubts, keep discussing programming related stuff there. Okay. EXL was a service-based company, but Nishant, my role was analytics, right? We weren't working for a product. We used to analyze data for different sorts of companies. Okay. Intel, we have referrals available, Umair, right? Don't worry. So for one important thing which I want to definitely make sure and communicate to all of you guys, when will placement start? People keep asking when will placement start, right? So placements are ongoing throughout the year, all 12 months, right? Now also placements are ongoing, right? Last week we had so many students got placed, right? 12 people got placed in, 8 people got placed in Lowe's, right, at 12 LPA. So placements are going on every day throughout the year, right? There are drives happening almost every day throughout the year. Okay. When will you get to sit for placement? As soon as you become placement ready. How do you become placement ready? For example, if let's say a company is coming which is going to hire on the basis of intermediate DSA, right? They have told us that, okay, we are going to test up to intermediate DSA knowledge, right? So students who have got a mock score, decent mock score in intermediate DSA module, they will become eligible to apply for that company. Simple, right? So if you are in module 1, 2, 3, right? If you have done module 1, 2, 3 and your module 3 intermediate DSA mock score is good, you will be eligible for that company. So if someone is on track and doing module 1, 2, 3 in the right order, they can become placement ready as quickly as in the 4th month, right? Okay. Or let's say if you are not learning DSA very well and you're focusing on the front end track, after, let's say after module 1, module 2 you did, then you started focusing on front end, maybe you started doing module 5, 6, 7, right? As soon as you cover module 5, 6, 7, your front end mock interview score is good, you will become eligible for front end opportunities. Simple, right? So placements are going throughout. As soon as you become placement ready in any of these tracks, we will start getting you to sit for placements. Okay, more or less, Rahul, you can assume that typically one module is 25 odd days, but with the module test, mock interviews going on and stuff, you can assume that up to 30 days, one module will get over and you'll move to the next module. Okay. 1 month, how many companies come placement? Vivek, I think last month we had 32 or 33 companies coming in, right? Something like that. Some companies come with less openings, like 3, 4, 5 people they want to hire. Some companies come with requirements as high as 500 openings, which they want to close, right? So there is no cap as such on the number of openings. Don't worry about opportunity side. You ask students, alumni also, they will tell you there is enough opportunity. No lack of companies or opportunities coming in, right? At all. Okay. सर डिस्कॉर्ड में फॉलो नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ बैच एरर शो हो रहा है प्रतीक और एनीवन हु हैज जॉइंड द डिस्कॉर्ड ग्रुप एंड इज थिंकिंग दैट दे आर ऑन अ अनाउंसमेंट चैनल एंड दे आर नॉट गेटिंग टू टाइप राइट so announcement channel, of course you will not be able to type. Go to any other channel like the general channel, doubts channel, assignment discussion channel, and you will be able to type there. Okay. People got, Raja Software Lab did a big drive with us, Kamber, recently. So a lot of students got placed there recently. But apart from that, Raja Software, yeah, maximum I think we must have like 20 students placed, 30 students placed in Raja Software till now, right? And all the other are in other companies as it is. Yep. Don't worry. If anyone of you still not in any WhatsApp group, don't worry. Just ping us on the Discord groups. We will get you added. Make sure, right? Maybe your number given was not on WhatsApp. Some issues are generally there from student sides, right? So we'll resolve all of it, right? Don't worry. Today you are in the session. Attend the session with us. From Monday, we are going to have complete focus on these sessions, right? So by in across the weekend, we'll make sure everything is streamlined for each and everyone. Okay. Sagar, don't skip. Honestly, I would recommend don't skip it. We'll move a little faster on the pre-course syllabus in the first few lectures as it is. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, right, Karan, all the bigger MNCs, you name it, we will give referrals in all of those MNCs, right? So you just need to be good. If you want to get placed in Amazon, you have to score a good mock interview score in Module 4 Advanced DSA. If you're doing that, then it makes sense. You are eligible to apply for Amazon, Uber, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, jo tu bolega, right? Uh, okay. Okay, notice period. Yeah. Sorry. Too many questions going in the chat, right? So that is why sort of missed it. But notice period. So people who are working professionals and have any amount of notice period, right? Uh, so notice period, how do we handle? So for 30-day to 60-day notice period, still companies are okay with it. For people with 90-day notice periods, right, it becomes an issue sometime for a lot of the companies, right? So what we recommend to such people is that once you start getting a good mock interview score, right? For example, Anand here has 90 days notice period. So once you get a good mock interview score, right, in let's say intermediate DSA or in front end mock interviews, we will recommend it to you that now, boss, we think you are ready. You can now put in your notice period, right? And get started with the notice period so that you start becoming eligible for more and more opportunities. Because all sorts of companies come, some companies will want you to join immediately. Some would be okay for 30 days, 60 day, 90 day. Also, some companies are okay. For example, in past, Gleason, for example, hired people who had 90-day notices also, right? But this is the method we follow. As soon as you get a good score in mock interview, we recommend from our side that you should put down your papers now. Okay. Anyone is placed at TCS, Infosys in Mumbai. So the issue is, yes, many students, multiple students of ours have been placed in TCS digital profile, Infosys power programmer profile, right? But the Ninja and the normal profiles are below 5 LPA. So we don't send candidates for those profiles. Okay. Are there students getting placed above 15 LPA? Yeah, there are students getting placed who have gotten placed above 15 LPA, 41 हुआ है, right? 41 के अलावा क्या कहते हैं, sorry, 30 LPA हुए हैं, right? 18 LPA हुए हैं, 22 LPA हुए हैं. Multiple people have gotten placed, but I wouldn't say like above 15 LPA. If you ask me, around 7-8% students probably get placed above that, right? Not more than that. Okay. And to be honest, if you're targeting companies above 12, 14, 15 LPA, right, those would generally be MNCs who are paying so well for freshers, right? You need to make sure you become good with data structures, algorithms if you want to crack any of these MNCs, right? You need to make sure that you have to you do really well in module 1, 2, 3, 4 of DSA, right? Okay. For 2023 batch students, what would joining be like? No worries. Yeah, 2023 batch recruitments are now getting started. So companies will start coming in. Some companies will ask you to join in June after you graduate. Some companies might want you to start immediately if your college is okay. Some companies might give you an internship first and then convert after you graduate, right? So accordingly, 2023 folks will get offers from such companies. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I think the questions won't stop. So we have the Discord group, guys. Feel free to ask anything you want on the Discord group, right? The Discord group is there for exactly that purpose, so that you can ask anything you want and discuss anything you want, right? Yep, you can DM us, any of our teammates on Discord also, right? And we'd be happy to sort of answer your questions. how much mocks needed to clear mock interview for single module. Vivek time के साथ cut off बताएंगे, इतना tension मत ले यार, right? We will let you know. अभी पहले module 1 पढ़ो तो सही अच्छे से, है ना? Can I apply for placement if already selected in another company? Manish, so you will be able to apply for better opportunities above, like which are like we are figuring out the exact cap, right? But you will be able to apply only for a better set of opportunities, not similar opportunities, basically. Yeah, so what we have understood primarily is that the lecture sessions are primarily for you to gauge and learn the concepts from the highest of best quality instructors, right? And if you the best of instructors, you will go anywhere, right? You will always find that the best instructors are always limited, right? And everyone wants to study from the best instructors, right? And that is why instructors, we keep the best instructors to teach to the students in the lecture sessions, in the doubt sessions or the assignment solving sessions, discussion sessions, right? It happens in sub batches because they are supposed to be interactive all the more, right? Okay. Can sir I book one-on-one session myself? Yes, Summer, you will be able to in a few days. Till then, it will be routed through your batch managers. Okay. Okay, perfect. No, Sagar, you have to be applying to all offers above 5 LPA. You have to be sitting for all the companies coming in where you are eligible. And if you get placed, you have to join these companies as well, right? There is no if and but. A placed person, even if at 8 LPA, 7 LPA, 9 LPA, is still better than being unemployed with nothing in hand, right? So beggars cannot be choosers first. Let's first get a good job, get placed in a good place, and then you can always try for better opportunities in future, right? So yeah. No, you cannot choose the exact location you want to apply for or anything like that. We are clear from day one. We will not ask you to apply to a company, let's say in some village or anywhere very far off or something like that, right? We are just saying that you have to be open for the major locations, right? Because 99% companies are based out of these major locations, simple. So that is why we need you to be open to the major locations, at least Delhi, NCR, Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, Hyderabad. Bangalore, Hyderabad are big hubs, right? After Bangalore, Hyderabad, it would be Pune and Delhi NCR and then Mumbai, right? If you want to understand that also, I'll say, right? Okay. Perfect. So we will be covering aptitude practice also in between. We will not be learning or teaching aptitude, but we will share aptitude practice material from time to time and practice tests from time to time, right? You will also find it in the soft skills repo on the platform itself, right? So everything to help you on that front is also there. Don't worry, right? And so yeah, no issues as such you will face on that front. Okay. Perfect. So I think the doubts won't stop. If you have any doubts, feel free to find me on Discord, right? Or Discord is always there. I will just share my screen and once show you all Discord also, so that Discord also becomes clear. I hope you can all see my Discord group, right? So this is our Discord group, right? We are all in the main batch right now. So module 1 people announcement has been put up, right? In the general channel, people are already talking and chatting with each other. You can also do the same. Why not, right? Similarly, other modules are there. Other modules are also live accordingly, right? You are all in module 1 currently. After this, you will all go to module 2. If you want to talk to each other about anything and everything, general channel is the place for everyone. Like I'll just put a hi guys. Nice to have you all in the batch, right? So now you can DM me also sometime, right? So coding doubts are there. You can ask your coding doubts, discuss them here, right? Chill zone is there for all of you to share memes and talk to each other about of things, right? Apart from studies alone, right? Okay. So yeah, apart from that, you will also find your batch managers in this. They are also added with you on the WhatsApp group. So everyone's here, right? So just feel free to communicate with us on Discord also, right? And apart from Discord, we will primarily you will be attending classes, everything from the module itself, right? So from the directly from the platform itself, right? So across the next couple of days, we will make sure that everything, all of you guys, if you are not added in any WhatsApp group of your batch or the Discord or your platform is not there, we'll make sure all of that gets fixed so that from Monday you are completely focused on just learning module 1 properly. Okay. Are there any offshore opportunities? Not really, Ankit, to be very honest. Very, very, very rarely. Right. India is a great place. Lots of opportunities here. Right. Ahmedabad also we have had a few opportunities, but we cannot guarantee कि Ahmedabad में job लगेगा, right? Okay, perfect guys. I think main batch में gym है क्या? हाँ है ना gym यार, बिल्कुल है gym. Gym is a practice repository, guys. Gym is basically a place where there are like around, I think, 620 questions, and it is a place where you can just go there and keep practicing as much as possible whenever you get free time, right? So first thing would be assignments being given to you. Arun, that's right. 6 hours every day, 3 hours in classes, 3 hours of assignments, right? So first thing you have to do is assignments for sure. And after that, if you have any more time left, make sure you go to the gym and start solving more problems, right? So Adarsh is here. Adarsh has also joined in. Adarsh, if you could unmute. I am not sure if you're the host. Okay, I will have to ask you to unmute. I will also make you the co-host. Are you able to unmute now?
Yeah. Hi, am I audible?
Yep. Perfect.
Cool.
So hi guys, everyone. I'll just quickly brief you up. Adarsh is here, right? Adarsh is going to be your instructor for module 1, right? He's one of the top rated instructors here at AccioJob, has been working with us for the last 1 year now, has taught probably 300, 400, 500 students now already. He has taken module 1 in the last couple of batches also. Amazing feedback from all the students as well. He is from BITS Pilani and is working with Nutanix, right? And I can hand it over to Adarsh. So today, Adarsh can just keep it a little light. He will sort of give you an introduction about module 1. How should you prepare yourself? What should the roadmap going to be like for module 1? And from Monday onwards, it is going to be full focus on learning and teaching, learning, right?
Cool. I think that was very kind of you, Yash, to give such a good introduction. I think don't take Yash's word on it. I think you will experience the journey in the next 20, 25 days. So I think we all can evaluate at the end of the module how it went for you guys, right? So yeah, I thought that I'll just take today's class an opportunity to basically break the ice and interact with you guys, right? So yep, I think I'll start with a very brief introduction about myself, right? So I think Yash has already told most of the things about myself, but yeah, I think I graduated from BITS Pilani in 2021, right? So I did my bachelor's in electrical and electronics engineering. And like after I've graduated, I have been working with Nutanix, right? So I've been working as a software developer since the last 1 year, okay? And I've also been associated with AccioJob since the last 1 year. And is my voice breaking? I am not sure. Hello? No, it's fine, right? Okay, cool. Yep. So yeah, I think I've been associated with AccioJob since the last 1 year. And, I've interacted with a lot of students along this 1 year and have, trained and mentored a large set of students, right? So, it's always an exciting journey for me also, right? When I interact with so many of you guys and, we all get to learn stuff from each other, right? So no, I'm not from a CS background, right? I'm from EEE, electrical and electronics engineering. So yeah, I'm going to be your instructor for module 1. So in the next 20 to 25 days of module 1, you will be with me and you'll be learning all the materials and stuff from me. Okay. So I think first of all, how are you all doing? I think I have spoken about myself before interacting with you all, but how is everyone? So let's get to know a few people, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm also doing very good. So none of you asked me, but I think I'll be, I can take this opportunity because I have the microphone. So yeah, I'm also doing pretty good. And yep, how are you? I am fine. Thank you. And yeah, so I think I just wanted to interact with you guys, right? So the main lecture will be starting from Monday, right? So from Monday, we will be starting the content of our module 1. So I just came now so that I could interact with you all and, get to know you all and try to share a few tips and tricks that will help you throughout your journey, right? So first of all, I would get started like, how does the day in the life of an SDE actually look like, right? So, what happens is, we are involved in building products, right? So I think let me start via this, right? Why are we all here? We are all here to study, full stack web development, right? So we start the course with data structures and algorithms, or even before data structures and algorithms, you basically learn a programming language, right? So if I want to, divide this entire journey that you are going to have in the next 6 months, right? So the first part is you learn a programming language, right? You learn the fundamentals of a programming language. You become comfortable with writing code, right? You become comfortable in a programming language and you can write code by yourselves. Now, once you become clear with the programming fundamentals, then you move on and learn data structures and algorithms, right? So there are multiple data structures, different algorithms. And if I want to put it in a very layman terms, what exactly is data structures and algorithms? Think of it like you have been given a problem to solve, right? Somebody came and basically gave you a problem to solve, right? And now I have to apply my own logic and try to give answer to that problem, right? So we try to use several data structures, we try to use different algorithms and try to solve the problem that we have at hand, right? So this is what we study in data structures and algorithms. And there are multiple data structures, multiple algorithms. And I think, as the course progresses, we all will be learning multiple, data structures and algorithms. And, we all will become familiar with this, like as the course progresses, right? And once you have been done with DSA, right, then we go on to the front end track and the back end track, right? So I think all these things have been covered very well by Yash, right? So thank you, Mohammed Kambir. Thank you. I think he was there. I think you were there in the last module. So great. I think, yep. So kindly use Hindi. Okay. So the mode of instruction will be primarily English, right? Because I think we have students all across India and not everyone is comfortable with Hindi. So my primary mode of instruction will be English, but be rest assured, guys, that whenever I am covering an important concept, right? And let's say if you are struggling to grasp it, right? Or if you want me to repeat anything, right? I am open to repeating the stuff as many times as you want, right? I can go slowly. I can go I can modify the pace accordingly. And if you want, I can repeat the stuff in Hindi as well, right? But that said, most of the time, right? 99.99% of the time, the concepts will be covered in English. So all of you guys who don't understand Hindi, you don't have to worry anything, right? All the concepts will be covered in English. All the key concepts, key terms, everything will be explained in English, right? Sometimes it might happen, right? I also use Hindi in my day-to-day life at my home, right? So sometimes it may happen that I give you a mixture of English, right? English plus Hindi mix. But be rest assured that whenever we are discussing anything technical, right? Or anything, related to, concepts of programming or anything that is technical, I will make sure that we are doing it in English only so that every one of you understand. And see, when we interact in English, see, interviews are all based in English only, right? So the more you interact in English, the more you learn English, the more you try to speak in English, your communication skills also starts improving over a period of time. I think I'm open to switching between languages if that is comfortable. But yeah, primary mode of instruction will be English. Okay. Now, how does module 1 actually look like, right? So I'll give you a very brief idea about what are the contents that we are going to cover in module 1. Okay. So before I start with the contents of module 1, can I get a show of hands or maybe comments in the chat? I think that people here are from varied backgrounds, right? Is there anyone from commerce background? So let me just, have a look. Commerce background, yes, people are there from commerce background. So I am pretty sure that people must be from the humanities background as well. People must be from the science background, engineering background, non-engineering background, everything, right? So you name any field or any background. I think, among this set of audience that we have today, we have basically, all sorts of people, starting from as close to a computer science engineering student to as diverse as a BCom or an MBA or maybe, a humanities graduate or whatever, right? So that's fine, right? So what I wanted to tell is, based on this entire diversity that we have, right? So we have a huge and a diverse set of people that we have to address. So the simple ask from my side is, the simple ask that I place, for you all before module 1 is, see, I will be teaching everything from scratch. So I don't assume that you have any knowledge beforehand. For me, all of you have zero knowledge at this moment. Let us start from exact ground zero. So whether you are from a BCom background, whether you are from a, let's say an MBA background, whether you are from a humanities background, or whether you are from an engineering background, right? I don't care about that. What we want to understand is we will be starting everything from the exact scratch level, from the exact very basics, and we will try to strengthen our skills in module 1, right? So I will try to make sure, right, that out of the 600 people or 500 people or whatever is the number of people that are attending the lectures, right? So my target will be that even the guy who is from the most, out of sync background, let's say the most diverse background, that guy should also understand things and he should be able to follow with us, right? So we will be teaching exactly from scratch. And I can assure you this thing, that if you pay attention to what is being done in lectures, if you diligently solve all the assignments that are given to you, if you saw, if you attend the doubt sessions, right? If you are doing all these things diligently, I am pretty sure that no matter whatever your background is, you will enjoy the journey a lot and your learning curve will be very good, right? Now, that said, I also want to iterate one thing. I am pretty sure Yash would have also told this thing, right? So you are sitting here in this lecture, right? And I think all of us have joined this program primarily for two reasons, right? One reason would be to upskill yourselves in DSA, front end, back end as a full stack developer. And the second and the most important reason would be to land up a job, right? Am I speaking correct here? I think 99.99% of the people here are sitting for two reasons, right? To upskill yourselves and to land a job. Okay. Now, one thing I will tell you very, very frankly and very honestly, and I'm pretty sure this must have been iterated, right? So AccuJob is not like a magical wand, right? It's not like a magical wand that you come here, sit in the lectures for 2 hours, and then you get placed magically. Okay. All good things take effort and take hard work. Okay. So you always have to put efforts yourself as well. Okay. We are there to guide you. I will be there to guide you inside the lectures as to what all are the important contents, making sure that you are understanding all the concepts 100% and you are clear with the concepts, right? Then you will have assignments which you will be solving. Now you go and solve the assignments, you will generate doubts. Okay, I learned the concept in in the lectures, but somehow when I'm writing the code, I am getting confused. No issues, right? Assignments are there to test your knowledge and so that you can learn a lot from assignments, right? So when you solve assignments, you generate doubts, you are unable to solve, you can reach me on Discord or any of the mentors on Discord, right? Now, coming to that part, right? I am there and all your doubt instructors, and we have a good mentor pool who are there to help you. But apart from these, I always encourage P2P learning, peer-to-peer learning. Because what happens, see, when I am sitting on this side of the table, right? I have been through this journey multiple times, right? And so I have developed some insights which might not be available to you at the first instance, right? But when you try to interact with your peers, right, they are all together on the same level as you are. So you actually get to, know the insights from a variety of people, okay? You can get to know my insights also, while I have been teaching this from a long period of time and I, have experience of DSA and I've solved a lot number of questions. When you interact with your peers, you try to get a different perspective of how they are looking at the problems, how are they solving problems, because you and they both are on the same level trying to learn the same thing. So obviously, instructors are there, mentors are there, doubt solving sessions are there, one-to-one, mentorship sessions are there, open doubt sessions are there, everything is there, right? So we are providing you all the resources that you need to get started. But it is your responsibility. See, guys, I can only give you all the equipments, right? At the end of the day, I can give you a tool and I can tell you, hey, how to use it. Let's say I have given you a scissors and I told you this is how you operate the scissor, right? And you have a ribbon in front of you. At the end of the day, it is your job to pick up the scissor and go and cut the ribbon in front of you and enter a new phase of your life, right? So what I wanted to make you guys understand by this metaphor is everything will be provided from our end. All resources, all help, all guidance, everything A to Z. But at the same time, you have to put in your hard work, your efforts every day, apart from lectures and assignments. I would on a normal day expect 2 hours or 2 to 3 hours of your inputs on problem solving, revising the concepts and all these things. And trust me, guys, I have been associated with AccuJob for an year, right? And I have seen that the people who are attending lectures, okay, forget if you don't want to attend live lectures, you want to watch the recordings at 1.25x, 2x, 1.5x, I don't have any problem, right? But the end goal for all of us at the end of the day should be whatever is being taught, you understand those concepts very clearly, right? You solve assignments, you generate doubts, you get your doubts clarified, and you learn every day. Okay. See, the journey will not be smooth. Okay. See, these are all, I think everyone understands, but I think it's very important to iterate this thing, right? See, the journey may not be smooth, right? ऐसा नहीं होगा कि हर दिन आपको सब कुछ समझ में आ जाए, right? It won't be that you magically understand everything in the first day. Doesn't happen, right? When I learned coding, even I was not able to understand all the things in the first time, right? And as time progressed, you become more mature and you understand a lot of things. I'll address questions from the chat also. I'm not looking at the chats at the moment. I think whatever flow of thoughts is coming to my mind, I'm sharing with you all, right? So the journey is not going to be smooth, right? Nobody tells the journey is smooth, but definitely, right? If you put in the hard work, if you put in the effort, okay, chances are, even if you fall, even if you lag behind, right? Even if you don't understand, with consistent hard work, you can redeem yourselves and get back on track. And I have seen this with many students, right? Some students fall apart, ki bhaiya bahut tej chal raha hai lecture, ki we are not able to follow. But I have seen, right? If you are putting in good efforts and hard work, right? See, for people who are leaving behind, I think now the course has become a lot more modular to personalize and cater to your, doubts and, kind of a personal, how do I frame it? Your personal goals can be met with this modular structure. Okay. But the thing is that you have to put in your efforts and make sure that you are following the lectures, understanding the things, and getting everything cleared, right? It is your responsibility. सब कुछ हम लोग provide कर रहे हैं, but at the end of the day, it is your job to make sure that you are understanding. If you don't understand, DM me, DM your mentors, DM anyone, right? Ping them, ask for open doubt session, ask for mentorship sessions, anything, right? See, at the end of the day, goal for us, right? Whatever you are aiming and whatever we are aiming, it is the same thing, right? You get placed, it is a win-win situation for us both. Okay. So very important to stay focused, stay motivated, and stay on track. Okay. Now, okay. So now I think I can take up some questions. How can you manage 600 students in a class? Okay. So I think, I don't know if this has been covered earlier or not. So the basic idea behind this modular structure that was, right? So the thing was that, see, the lecture content that I am delivering, right? The things that I am delivering, that is going to be the same for everyone. Let's say I start with module 1, lecture 1, right? I teach you the basics of Java. I teach you what is computer programming, and I teach you all the things, right? So in lecture, we are focusing on getting the theoretical concepts and getting your fundamental concepts cleared, right? Now, once you attend the lecture, okay, there are a large number of people, right? So we'll try to address the doubts also. So I think if there is anyone from the previous module, they can comment. So what I generally do in the classes is, let's say I teach for half an hour or 45 minutes, right? And then I open, let's say for 10 minutes, I give a doubt window so that people who have doubts can type in the chat and I can get back to them. So that is the basic idea that we follow. But yes, your concern is very valid that with 600 people, how does the lecture become interactive? Okay. So I try to cater to all the doubts that are coming in the chat and try my best to answer all of them. But after the lecture, if anything is not clear to you, right? We have specifically divided this entire batch into, I think, 6 or 7. I'm not sure on the exact count, but you have sub batches. And what is the idea of the sub batches? You will be present with your doubt instructors in much smaller strengths, right? So there also you can interact with your doubt instructors. You can, get your doubts clarified, solve the assignments and all these things. And apart from this, right? So from 600, you go to 100. Now, if you want even more personalized attention, right? We have open doubt sessions. We have one-to-one, mentorship sessions. So what I want to tell you at the end of the day, don't worry on the count of the students, right? If you focus on learning the concepts and if you are willing to learn, you don't need to worry about how many students are there or who are attending with you and who are learning things with you, right? You have to focus on your journey and make sure that everything is becoming clear to you. And if not clear, bug everyone, right? Ask everyone, I am not getting clear, I want to get cleared, right? So definitely we are all there to help you out. Your peers are there, I am there, the doubt instructors are there, everyone is there. Okay, only syllabus is enough to crack the interviews. Okay, so again, so guys, I'll tell you one thing, right? So whatever we are doing in the lectures, okay, whatever we are doing in the lectures, whatever we have prepared assignments for you, see, all these assignments and things are prepared after a lot of hard work, right? So there is an entire team and I am also involved in that. So we have done our due diligence to make sure that whatever quality assignments we are giving you, the boss, once you are solving the assignments and once you have clarity, you are good to go for that module. So try to think of it in this way. Okay, there are a lot of platforms available. Let's say LeetCode is there, GFG is there, YouTube is there. And to be very honest, there is like a large content of information that is available, right? Itna sara content hai na ki you cannot consume it properly. And that is the most common problem which I think all of us face. Ki bhaiya start to karna hai DSA, but how do I start and what is the structure that I actually take? What do I do on day 1? What do I do on day 2? What do I do on day 3? Kaise navigate karna hai journey ko, right? That is the most common problem that most of the people face. And I had also faced this during my time and I learned it the hard way, right? But fortunately for you all, an entire team is there who is putting their brains, okay? We all have been through interview processes of many companies, right? And we have done our due diligence, due analysis of what kind of things are getting asked, what concepts are extremely important for you and will be helpful for you in the long run, right? So the assignments are prepared in such a way that once you do the assignments, you are good to go, right? That said, I don't say that limit yourselves only to the assignments. Obviously, the more you explore, the more you learn, right? But be assured of one thing, that whatever extra questions even you have to solve, right? Everything will be told to you. Ki boss, okay, let's say we are doing stacks. Ki boss, you have these 5 questions in your assignment text stacks. Okay, these are very, very 5 important questions. But once you are done with these 5 important questions, I will give you a list of 3 to 4 more questions that you can go and solve. Okay, so they will further increase your understanding. And if you have any doubts, you can come back. We can all discuss, right? So this is the general workflow that we try to follow. Okay. Now for the lecture session, right? From Monday to Friday, we have lectures from 8 to 10. Okay. From 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., we engage for 2 hours and we try to, deliver all the concepts in those 2 hours. Okay. Generally, it's from Monday to Friday. Now, one practice that I followed in the last 2 modules, I don't know how we'll follow this in this module or not. So generally, just give me 1 second. Okay. I think, okay. Yep. Huh. So 8 to 10 is our general, lecture. And after 10 o'clock, right? So 10 to 11 is our doubt sessions where you go and solve assignments. Okay. That is the basic flow that we will be following. Okay. And generally on the weekends, right? I think Yash would have told you this, that on Sundays, we generally tend to have a contest, right? So all these things are in place. So every Sunday you appear for a contest and you try to gauge कि हाँ भैया मैंने कितना समझा है. Okay, what all I have understood and where I need to spend more time, more effort, all of this becomes clear. Okay. And on Saturdays, right? Sometimes we give as holidays. I'm speaking for myself here, right? Not for the entire company policy here. But on Saturdays, generally what I feel that is helpful for anyone is, see, you all can revise on Saturdays, right? But let's say what I followed in the last batch was, for Saturdays, we try to engage in problem solving sessions. Okay. So definitely you are solving problems in the lecture. You are solving problems in the, doubt classes also. But on Saturdays, what I used to did earlier was, an exclusive problem solving sessions where we try to take up 5 to 6 problems and we try to solve and learn from the problem on that particular day. Okay. But that said, I think Saturdays can be given holidays also. That depends on what is our current progress and where are we actually standing in the module. Okay. Yes, contest will be based on whatever things that we have covered in that week. So whatever we cover from Monday to Saturday, that, that week's contest will be a kind of evaluation on that thing that we have asked. Okay. And apart from this, So let's say our module is of 25 days. Okay, 25 or let me say 30 days, right? So let's say on the 15th day or the 16th day, right? Once we have covered enough contents, you will also have MCQ tests available to you. So 1 to 2 MCQ tests will be uploaded, and you can also solve some particular MCQ. Okay. So let's say we have discussed about time and space complexity. Okay. We discussed about sorting. After that, you can get an MCQ test wherein you can appear for that test and try to gauge ki, haan, bhaiya, what have I actually understood? Okay. मैं कौन से subjects पढ़ाऊँ? Okay. So I will be teaching module 1, guys. So whatever is the fundamentals of programming constructs, right? So if I walk you guys through the contents of module 1, we will start off with very basics. Okay. Very, very ground zero level. Okay. The first 5 to 6 lectures will be like very basic, very scratch, right? So we start off with what is computer programming, what is Java. Then we move on to data types. We move on to variables, right? Then we move on to taking inputs from the user. Then after that, we can take on to, we go on to conditionals. Okay. We go on to loops. Then we talk about arrays. Okay. Now, once we have done arrays, we go on to discuss 2-dimensional arrays. Then we will be discussing strings. Okay. And all of these topics that we are discussing, we will be solving a variety of questions on all these topics as well. Right. So after strings, we actually, so yeah, Mohammed, so all these things are development. So as I speak to you, right, see, the curriculum and everything is getting optimized, right? So जो last batch में नहीं हुआ था, वो कुछ नया चीज इस batch में introduce होगा. The things, see, all of these things are continuous R&D and in development, right? We have been working pretty hard to develop new and new content for you guys, right? I think I leave you guys, just give me 5 to 10 more minutes. I think I'll bore you all for 5 to 10 minutes, right? And then I think we all can enjoy. Okay. So where was I? मैं भूल गया. So where was I? Yeah, I was talking about arrays. Then we go to 2-dimensional arrays. Okay. Then we cover time and space complexity. Okay. After time and space complexity, we will start with sorting. And inside sorting, we have bubble sort, selection sort, insertion sort, right? Then we discuss about recursion. And after recursion, we move to merge sort and quick sort. And after this is done, this will be a formal closure of module 1. Okay. Projects will be coming up in module 3. Okay, Nirank. Projects come in module 3. Linked list will be coming in module 2. Okay. Module 1 is like the bare minimum fundamentals, which will involve everything about the Java fundamental language, right? So fundamentals of Java. Then you will be learning about sorting, recursion, functions, arrays, 2D arrays, strings, all these basic things. Okay. So Mohit, good question. Should we take help from Google to solve assignments or not? So I will say, first of all, try to spend time on your own. Okay, sit down with the assignment. Try to spend at least 30 minutes on every question, right? Struggle with the questions for 30 minutes. And after that, if you are unable, then maybe you can try seeking for help. But I would suggest कि पहले खुद से try करो 30, 40, 45 minutes. जब तक आप में potential है, right? Till the point you are, no, I will try. I will keep on trying. Try for 40 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour, right? I don't have a problem with that. Try to make sure that the solution comes from your end. But again, sitting after 1 hour would also be a waste of time. Okay. So if lag raha hai ki haan bhaiya 1 hour dedicate kar diya, but still I am not able to understand how to approach, then I wouldn't suggest ki okay, sit for another 1 hour and try to think. No, at that point of time, you can understand ki okay, whether I'll be able to solve this or not. If not, maybe you can try to look up for hints or maybe try to, do this thing. Okay. And another one very important thing that I want to tell you, I think this will motivate you all quite. 1 module equal to 1 month roughly. Okay. So whatever lectures we cover, okay, a couple of important announcements here. So in every lecture, right? So we will be using PowerPoint. Okay. So I generally have a black screen and we tend to write in that. So whatever PPT presentations that we use, that will be given to you after the lecture ends. Okay. So whatever things that we are discussing, that will be available to you. Again, we will be writing code in the class. So I will be maintaining a Google document. Okay. I will be maintaining a Google Doc and you will have the link to, you will have, access to that Google Doc. And I will be pasting all the code that we are discussing into that Google Doc so that you can refer to whatever codes we are discussing in the class later on. Okay. These are 2 things that I will be providing you after each and every class. Okay. Okay. And I think I wanted to cover something else also, but I'm forgetting. What was it? Okay. Any other questions that you have? Huh. Yeah, I was saying something, right? I think this can give you some bit of motivation. How many of you are from a programming background, specifically from C++? Okay, so those of you who are from a programming background, from C++ specifically, do you know what a vector is? I'm not discussing anything technical, so don't worry about that. Do you know what a vector is? Yes? And if you have solved questions, you will definitely agree with me that a vector is a very, very fundamental part of C++. Mante ho kya? I just those of you who don't know C++, don't know vector, no worries, right? I'm just asking a question. Do all of you agree that vector is a very, very basic part of C++, and without vector, you won't be able to solve 50 to 60, 70, 80% of the questions? I think all of you will agree, right? Now, I will give you my journey experience, right? When I was in my third year, right, we had companies coming up for internships, right? हम लोग के third year में we had companies coming up for summer internships. Why I'm sharing with you this? Because I think this will definitely give you some motivation, some, confidence that will definitely help you inside your journey. Okay. So when I was in my third year, and I shared this information with my previous batch also, I do this for every batch generally. Okay. So I was sitting for companies' placements. Let's say that they were hiring for interns, summer interns for 2 months. Okay. And we were all sitting for placements around that time for internships, right? And you believe it or not, I didn't even know what a vector was. Okay. So I was going to the computer lab, sitting for the placements, looking at the 2 to 3 questions, and I didn't understand anything. Even if I understood anything, I was not able to implement because I didn't know a vector. As simple as that, right? I'm just telling you, मेरे को कितना आता था, कितना नहीं आता था. Vector भी नहीं आता था. वो कितना basic चीज है, ठीक है? Now, from there, I understood. Obviously, without vector, I couldn't crack any company. So I faced some rejections at that point of time. And I think, all these things make you even more stronger for your journey, right? So I think a lot of companies came by and we realized कि okay यार ऐसे तो placement नहीं होना. We have to do definitely something, right? So what I did was my friend suggested me LeetCode, right? And I religiously followed LeetCode. I started कि नहीं ठीक है यार अब सीखना तो है. So yeah, guys, just 10 more minutes. I know I have been just pushing this on. But what I want to make you guys understand is in my third year, I was at level 0. I didn't know anything. Okay. Where you are standing today, you might be at a better level than me. My third year version, right? So I didn't know anything. But then I realized ki boss, if I want to get placed, if I want to land a decent job, I have to do coding, right? And one of my friends recommended LeetCode to me. Okay. So I started solving problems on LeetCode, started exploring YouTube, looked up at videos, tried to solve problems. And I will be very honest, it was not like I would be able to solve any problem in one go. In the starting time, I was struggling a lot. I couldn't write code and I was getting, I was getting confused a lot, right? But, the thing was that I generally moved forward with one simple objective. मेरे mind में ना एक ही thought process चलता था. See guys, if I give you a question today, and you are not able to solve that question on your own, I would treat it as a blessing in disguise. Do you know why? Because when you actually learn the solution of that, I would tell that this is a blessing in disguise. आपने कर लिया एक बार में, that is one thing. That's very good. You are learning things. That's very good, right? You are applying your knowledge, very great. But if you are encountering a question which you are not able to solve, you remember Amir Khan used to say in Three Idiots, आज कुछ नया सीखने को मिलेगा. That is what my thought process was. कि boss, it is better that I get a new question today rather than getting that new question in an interview. So if I was not able to solve a question, I thought, okay, yaar, aaj nahi hua na. That's good, right? That's good, no problem. When I look at the solution, when I try to understand what is the thought process behind that question, I will get to know a lot of new things, right? And I will be learning. And once I look up the solution, I try to understand it by myself. Ki boss, what is their thought process? Why we are doing what we are doing, right? And then I used to try to write the code myself. Okay. And once you have understood that question, after 1 week or 2 weeks, I used to try to do that same question again. And when at that point of time, I couldn't solve it, then I knew that boss, ab ye mera fault ho raha hai. I have not understood the question correctly. Okay. But If you are not able to solve in the first attempt, I generally don't treat it as a, a demotivation for me. Why? Because, okay, this is some concept which I haven't studied till now. So when I look up at the solution, when I try to understand the algorithm or the logic or the thought process, right, there will be something new that we will be learning. And make sure that when you learn that new concept, you are able to apply that later. You are able to apply that later. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि today you do that question and after 10 days you forget that same question. That means you have memorized the solution and you have not understood the concept, right? ऐसा सोचो, boss, your interviewer is not inventing questions. He is not creating questions, right? See, nobody has that much amount of time to create questions on your own, right? Everyone is picking questions from a pool of questions that is already existing. So the more problems you solve, the more concepts you learn. Try to think now. Chances are that you will encounter similar type of question in the interview and you will be able to clear it very well, right? So the focus should be on learning new concepts, solving questions, right? And try to learn as much as you can. And definitely I can tell you that if you follow diligently whatever we are asking you to do, your journey will be extremely fruitful and you will be very, it will be very rewarding for you all, right? So that is what I wanted to say from my side. Any other questions that you have, you can ask me and I can get, Shrivan, whether we'll be able to unmute ourselves? No, you won't be able to unmute. Okay. So if you have a doubt, you can type it in the chat. And if the doubt is very specific, right? Let's say you are unable to understand even after 2-3 times and multiple students are facing that doubt, then definitely I ask someone to unmute and explain it to me. So that can be done, right? But generally, I don't keep the microphone, unmute option available because otherwise it happens that a lot of people start to unmute at the same point of time and then it becomes a chaos, a lot of chaos comes in. Why switch electrical to IT? Okay, that's a good question, guys. When I started dealing with semiconductors, MOSFETs, transistors, BJTs, I understood that this is not for me. मेरे को कुछ नहीं समझ आता था, right? So I didn't, and I knew that even if I land a job somewhere, I won't be doing justice, right? And the next option that was available to me was, computers, and that also, like, I was interested in that. मतलब ऐसा नहीं था. Obviously, money is also a factor, to be very honest, right? This is a good paying field, so why not? No denying that point, right? But I think that was the second best option available to me after realizing that, yes, I don't have the core skill sets that I wanted to do, right? And to be very honest, when I entered the college, right, I wanted to pursue computer science only, but unfortunately, my marks in the exam were not sufficient to land me computer science. But yeah, I think when I look back, it's all good. Will you teach core Java? I'll be teaching you all the syntax, like all the things that you want to know about the Java programming language, right? Books we can have to study. No books. I don't recommend any books, right? You solve assignments, you attend lectures. I am not a very big fan of reading books on these DSA and all stuff. If you want help, I can provide you some video links, right? Some YouTube videos or some other videos that we have if you are finding it difficult to understand a particular topic, right? Okay. Can we get syllabus time-wise? Yes, definitely. That will be shared with you all. So you will get an idea of what we are going to cover in what days. Okay. CPP will have advantage over Java. See, it's nothing like advantage or disadvantage. I would say both C++ and Java have their own advantages and disadvantages, right? And when I was coding, जब मैं अपने preparation journey में था, right? When I was learning DSA, I did it in C++, right? But what I want to emphasize it, once you are comfortable with any language, right? See, the thing that you want to learn is the thought process. How do you attack questions, right? How do you develop the thought process, right? Now, once you know how to develop the thought process, you can convert your logic into code in any language. Okay. मैंने C++ में पढ़ा, but I am going to teach you in Java. So it doesn't take a large amount of effort to shift from one language to another language, right? So whatever language you are comfortable in, C++ or Java, you can pick that up. The course will continue in Java, but even if you are comfortable in C++, grasping all the concepts, I don't have any problem. Okay. Yeah, topic-wise notes will be given. I'll share the PPT with you all, whatever we discuss in the class, and the codes doc will be shared with you all. Okay. Okay. My job. So I am working as a software developer at Nutanix. Okay. And package, I think we have signed NDA, can't disclose it as it is, but I think all of you are intelligent enough, and getting packages of any company is just a Google search away these days. Okay. So that obviously you can fetch it yourselves. Interview ka kya process? What technology? So now when I say my technology, you will be, yaar ye to kabhi seekha nahi. So I am working on Golang, right? I work on Golang, Python, Docker, Kubernetes, and all these things. But again, see, the fundamentals remain the same. I know Java, switching from Java to Golang was not that difficult, right? You understand the documentation, write some amount of code, and you become comfortable in that as well. As a fresher, okay. So see, it depends from company to company, right? So there are many companies offering a wide range of salaries. So I have generally seen most of the people, land up a job between 8 to 12 easily as a fresher. If you are good with DSA, for sure. If you are good at front end, see guys, the only thing that matters is your skill. ठीक है, जितने लोगों को भी क्वेश्चन होता है ना कि बॉस व्हाट आई एम फ्रॉम अ दिस डिग्री, आई एम फ्रॉम अ दिस डिग्री, I am basically having a 5-year gap. Okay. See, all these things may matter for your first job. I'm quoting may matter, right? There are many companies nowadays who don't even look at your background. कि आपने क्या किया. What I want from you is your skill set. If you can write code for me, if you can develop applications for me, I don't care whether you are a BCom or a BSc. I give you the money, you write code for me. As simple as that, right? So it is nowadays all becoming very, very inclusive. So you don't need to worry on that front. Just try to strengthen your skills. And ऐसा मत सोचना कि only DSA. It is not like only DSA as job or only front end as jobs, right? You have to master a particular skill. You just have to figure out the right skill and master it. See guys, there is no end. If you have mastered a skill and you are doing good in that, there are relevant opportunities for that skill. Okay. Cool. How many years you can stay? Jitna aapka man ho. Okay. And another thing, I think, so generally what I try to do is in the lectures, right? I don't open up my cameras and I don't allow the, students also to open up the cameras. Otherwise it becomes a lot of disturbing. Okay. So yeah, I think you will understand it as the class flow progresses. And I think in the last module also we had for the first time key students were saying key to turn on the camera. But after a couple of days, things become as simple, right? So I think, without the camera, I can be a lot more myself and, express myself more better. So that is something that we'll be following. Okay. And I don't think you will have an issue because most of the students, 99.99 didn't have any problem. So आपको भी problem नहीं होगा. Okay. Cool. So, cool guys, I think that is what I wanted to discuss, right? So you know everything about me. I know almost everything about you, right? So any other, yeah, classes will start from Monday, 8 o'clock we meet and we start off with module 1. Okay. ठीक है. बाद बाकी देखो, I agree that everyone will have different situations, so no need to worry, right? आपको कुछ भी personalized चीज पूछना हो, any doubts that you want, you can DM me on Discord, right? Okay, so it might be मेरे को थोड़ा सा time लगे आपको revert back करने में. I might take a little bit of time to revert, but be assured that I respond to all the messages that I get on Discord. Okay, so any problems, any queries that you have, you can ask me on Discord. Okay. Yeah, pre-course video links will be shared with you all. But again, for the first 4 or 5 lectures or 5 to 6 lectures, we will be discussing, the same pre-course thing again. So don't worry on that front. Okay. Okay. Cool, guys. So any other questions that you want to ask? I hope it was a good interaction. And I just wanted to break the ice with you all so that, I am also comfortable with you all and you also are comfortable with me, right? Okay. I don't think sending such a long message would help, right? Can I unmute in class? I think I've already answered it, right? In general, no, because with such a large number of students, we can't allow to unmute. But yeah, if the question is very specific and you are not getting clear, I can allow you to unmute also. Cool. Can we skip some class? See, you can skip, but I would suggest if you are skipping, please watch the recordings, right? As that would help you to make sure that हाँ भाई जो भी हुआ है, मतलब you are aware of that. Oh, next 2 days. Enjoy, man. Enjoy. Okay. It's just like next 2 days enjoy, because from Monday, I need your 100% effort here. So think of the next 2 days as your, the 2 days of freedom. Do whatever you want. After that, I want your 100% attention in the course, all your efforts here. So अगले 2 दिन जो करना है करो. I don't mind, okay? But after that, we want attention here. Okay? Which module is more difficult? It depends on person to person, right? Okay, guys. So I think I've already overshot the time, and I think many of you might not have your dinner as well. So you can definitely go have your dinners. You can all drop off. And any other questions, last questions that you have? Otherwise, I think we'll meet on Monday. Yeah, there is test at the end of every module. I think this must have been covered. LinkedIn ID. Okay, you can search for, I'll just dropping in my name. You can search. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Boss, if you are getting placed at XLPA, right? We don't, stop you from appearing from more companies, right? Agar, let's say you are getting placed at 7LPA, right? And then you want to appear for companies at 8, 10, 12. We don't have a problem. Boss, you get placed at higher, our testimonials become more stronger, right? So why will we stop you? No, we don't stop anyone, right? You can have as many job offers. But yes, definitely. देखो, सबके placement cell में criteria होता है. I don't know if you guys had. We also had one thing that first job you have to take. When you get an offer, you cannot decline. Otherwise, you are blacklisted from the placement process, right? I don't think we have that thing here, but first take up a job, and then after that, you can definitely apply for more and more jobs and try to, get better and better packages. Yeah, sure, man. You can leave. No issues, right? No sub-batch discussion today. Discussion will start from Tuesday, right? Monday, we go with our first lecture. From Tuesday, you will also get your sub-batches. Okay? Yeah, you can do assignments in CPP. I am not sure. I'll have to check this up and get back to you. Okay. Cool, guys. So any other doubts, you can feel free to ping me on Discord. My Discord ID is Adarsh112. Okay. So you can ping me up there. And in module 1 test, there is return the answer, not printing. Confusing. Okay, Mohammed, that is because you have been told to write functions. I think we'll discuss it again. No need to worry. Okay. Chalo, guys, then I think the doubts will keep on flowing. Any other doubts, you can DM me on Discord, or you can, get in touch with me. And yep, I think hopefully we had a good interaction, and more to come in the next few days, right?
Perfect. Thanks, Adarsh. Just for a second before we close, guys, posted Adarsh LinkedIn ID on chat. वैसे सब लोग पूछ रहे थे तो you can add him as a connection. And secondly, on the platform, we will share a video of every feature, explaining every feature of the platform properly also. But for now, since you're asking, the streak is basically how many days continuously are you coming in and solving questions, right? So if you don't solve question for one particular day in between, your streak will come down to 0. If you keep solving questions every day, your streak will keep increasing, right? What is the leaderboard? So leaderboard is basically just for some healthy competition with your batchmates. And leaderboard, basically you get points for doing every question in the gym or the assignment section. So as you keep doing more questions, you keep getting more points and you go higher up on the leaderboard. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Had a great time with today's session. Thanks, Adarsh. And from Monday, 8 o'clock, first lecture. I hope all of you guys are ready and come completely prepared. Okay. Thank you, guys. Good night, and see you guys on Monday with the next lecture session. Meanwhile, on Saturday, Sunday, if there are any issues with your platform, WhatsApp group, Discord group, we will resolve all of those by tomorrow and day after. Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Good night.